Today, I will be reacting to my college lacrosse highlight tape. Your boy just graduated. The highlights are on repeat on YouTube. I'm reacting to them. I'm gonna tell you some tips, some tricks, and a couple of the behind the scenes things I took away from playing Division I lacrosse at Ohio State. Let's get into it. I kind of miss doing these videos with my boy Hoagie. When we were at school, we used to do reacting to our teammates' highlight tapes. If you have not seen those, check those out. I played lacrosse at Ohio State from 2019 to 2023. I just recently graduated a couple months ago. It's a little nostalgic. I have not seen this highlight tape since it's been out, and I already miss playing lacrosse. So let's dive into my highlight tape.
Social media sensation Mitchell Pehlke.
25, Mitchell Pehlke.
First of all, to start a highlight tape with Yeet, it's undefeated. Also, shout out to my guy Jack Bador for editing this. He edits all this stuff for UNC Men's Lax. Reached out to him, he chopped this up, he did a fantastic job. Follow him on Instagram.
Pehlke with room.
They didn't respect the Riverside range. That was my go-to shot in high school. The OGs know. Righty wing, low to high, top right. In college, I never hit that sort of shot. I was always taking my man behind the goal, dipping and dunking, assisting, or shooting right by the crease. So I knew when I faked it to the defender, he would go to him because I knew he did not know I had that range. So I faked it to him, he bit, I came back low to high, bam. Crowd was going crazy because they've never seen a shot like that. I mean, it's by far my favorite goal I've scored in my career. Also in that clip, Joe Beninati's voice fires and scores. That was, for me, probably the coolest moment of this past year. Joe Beninati being a legendary broadcaster. That guy broadcast, obviously, a lot of lacrosse events, but mainly he did the Capitals. And obviously from Virginia, Caps are our squad. So I would always hear him say fires and scores on Alex Ovechkin's goals.
Ochi fires, he scores! Ovechkin fires, he scores!
Shout out to Beninati if you're watching. The inside roll, a classic Pehlke finish, folks. I just want you guys to take note. Dodging up the right side. If you see him baiting top side, inside roll is always gonna be there. If he's baiting short side, you gotta keep going up the hash. But the inside roll is something I think I got from my pops. Another thing you guys might not notice, but in this Team Up North game, I'm using a red head. And I only used that red head twice in this past season. It was because right before we played the Team Up North in the regular season, somebody fell on my head before game time and broke it. So pre-game, I'm out there testing out new sticks, this and that. And luckily this one did the job, scored a goal. The amount of fakes it took to put the ball in the back of the cage, it's just seriously sad. But guess what? At the end of the day, a goal's a goal. Still to this day, no idea how many fakes it took. Let's slow this thing down a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fakes on the doorstep. And then I got popped after. If you watch the end of this clip, I'm like, oh, because I got hit right in like the back rib action. Sad to say, that was the last goal of my entire lacrosse career. This is one of my favorites. When we were playing Notre Dame, it was a pretty close game in that second quarter, and I knew, I was like, all right, I gotta make something happen here. So my go-to was obviously going behind the cage with a shorty. I brought my shorty to the lefty island. I remember I pump faked to throw to a guy. The slide came, and I inside rolled and shot it top right on Liam, and I didn't even know the ball went in. If you watch it, my celly is so delayed, and I think I had one of the saddest cellies. I think I went like this. That was my go-to right there. I just want to let you guys know. I would have it in my left hand. Obviously, I'm a righty, so I want to get back to my right. Bring him to X. I would drive him on the back of the X line. I would go right before the back of the net. Before he hops over it, I would hezzy and then take 2 more hard steps. He would jump over. So I'd come around with my right hand and a step on my defender. And as you can tell, it obviously works out here. One of my favorite plays, Jackson Reed just scored that. Reader showed me the ropes on the field, off the field, in the classroom, out of the classroom. Shout out, appreciate you. He's killing it in the pros right now, my man Jackson Reed. Also, this Maryland game, one of the sickest games I've ever played in, even though we lost. Roll back the tape.
3 seconds, then 2. Ball down. Pehlke from the angle.
Your boy could have had the overtime goal. I shot it. I mean, realistically, the chance of me making that were definitely not there. But I just want to let you know right now, Roops, if I were to score that on you, I would have ran to midfield, threw the helmet off, hit the frog while doing a dead fish. And that would have broke the internet. But guess what? It didn't happen, so we can't relish too much. Back to the highlight tape. Look at the hezzy. Come back. You saw the hezzy, get him going, bam, steps over, come back, and I got my guy Ed Sheen right here for the assist. Oh, and let's not forget, folks, Mitchell Pehlke merchandise is out everywhere. MitchellPehlke.com, we got different shirts, we got different styles, we got different colors, we got koozies, we got hats, we got stickers, we got everything. You shop MitchellPehlke.com, it's gonna help all areas of life. Get back into the highlight tape. I love that. That was a cool moment for me too. I think we didn't play Hopkins my freshman year. Sophomore year, we played them the first game of our season, and I couldn't play because I had COVID. Junior year, they played up at Ohio State, and then senior year, we played them at Homewood, and I had that cyst. So that was super cool for me, like scoring a point on such a field that, you know, you look up on, you watch games, this and that, you know, Dave Petramala, Kyle Harrison, Paul Rabel, guys you've seen on that same field, and you scored a point on that same field. So that was a really cool moment for me. This is a Kev Pehlke special. I got to give a shout out to my dad. My dad has the best no-look passes of all time. This is a page right out of his book. This was a go-to. I would get the ball up top and I would act like I'm looking at him, but I wasn't, and that was their sign to move. And I incorporated this into my game with my man Eddie Sheen again, and he just knew, keep moving, Pehlke's gonna find you. So that's kind of how this no-look pass was created. That same game, there's a picture of me throwing a no-look pass and I'm hitting the frog while I'm doing it. It's a Hall of Fame picture. That was a big one for me. I've never scored a point at Penn State. Panzer Field is definitely top 5 stadiums for me. And that was a super cool moment. On my guy, Mick Vicker, shout out to you. One of the biggest things I always did when I dodged, especially against a shorty, was as I'm like going at them, chopping my feet, ready to make my dodge, I would look like right into their eye. I don't know why I always did it. Like I felt like I looked into their souls. I would chop my feet, look into their souls, and then bam, hit my move. And I remember like as I'm looking into Mick Vicker's eyes, I'm like, oh, I know this cat. A-Town legend, Drexel IMG. So I had to do something. So looked into his soul, you know, right to right, come up. As you can tell, we roll back the clip at the same time I'm talking about this. I throw Moon a pump fake, it freezes the defender, and then it gives me all this access way to then shoot it. I put it near side on the goalie and it went in, but those are the little things you just do not see when you're a fan just watching the game. Also, one thing, if I give you guys a tip out there, I did a terrible job of this in high school. When I got to college, Coach Myers preached this to everybody, but if you're a shorty and you're dodging from X coming up the left or right side, continue to keep 2 hands on your stick. If you guys can tell through this highlight tape, whenever I'm coming past GLE, I always have 2 hands on my stick because it's quicker for me to make a pass or shoot it. And as you can tell here, when I went to right on McVicker, I had 2 hands on my stick and allowed me to then get the shot off quicker, throw that pump fake to Moon. And if I had 1 hand on my stick, I could not do that. This is probably one of the coolest points I've ever had in my career. And I think when I made this move, the biggest thing was I saw 7 come down. And when you throw it inside to a guy like Jackson Reed, a Canadian, has the best mitts in all the land, you just know he's gonna put it in the back of the net. Just look at the touch pass. You don't teach that. That's all the days up north playing box in Canada, folks. Look at that.
Great look, score!
Score! I mean, Joe Beninati, if you're watching, please don't ever stop doing that. This Denver game was one of the weirdest games I've ever played in my life. First dodge into the 3rd quarter. I go right to right, up the right hash, shoot, it goes wide. This short stick defender on Denver literally clocks him. I thought my neck got decapitated. Please roll the clip. The next morning, I woke up with the biggest crunk neck. I had to go into athletic training and put this hot towel around my neck because I couldn't even move it. And then right before the end of the 3rd quarter, I made this play, and this was like right at the buzzer going into the 4th. And this was big. This really helped the team kind of come back. That was sick. That was a sick play for me. Obviously, at Ohio State, we always scrimmage UNC. Coach Bresci at UNC used to coach at Ohio State. Coach Myers, who was obviously the coach at Ohio State, are great friends. Coach Bresci's kid unfortunately passed away due to an accident. So we always put on the MRB scrimmage. COVID messed that up, so we played them my junior year once, my senior year once, and then it's gonna go back to the scrimmage. So I knew this was the only time I was gonna play UNC at UNC. And I remember before leading up to this week, I didn't even think I was gonna play. I had like a hamstring or back issue or something. I didn't practice the whole week. Didn't think coach was gonna put me out there. He puts me out there. This is my first run. Jack, you know, sees the field like a hawk, saw me, and I remember I shoot right around my defender, so Krieg can't even see where the ball is going, and I knew if I put it low, off the grass, bing bong in the back of the net, and a classic Tiger Woods fist pump. Ooh, come on, son. See the defender coming, bounce back. Look, Leclaire, bing bong, how you doing? First of all, roll black, my celly there. I did this squat in the, all right, hey, goal's a goal. Soak the check. Put the ball in the back of the net. Kevin Pehlke always told me, you soak the check, you put the ball in the back of the net, you don't feel the check. And that's what it is here. I got hit in the private sector of a male region, and I didn't feel it because the ball went in the back of the net. My man G, a little bing bong. This is another cool one for me. Rutgers at home. They were coming in high ranked for us, and we're like, all right, we want to make a run this season. We got to put on a little beat down. So we upset Rutgers. This was cool. Shout out to my man Kyle Borda for canning this one. With the hop step, I mean, what else would you want? I know I said the Rutgers goal was my favorite. It definitely is. This is number 2. There's nothing better than a ripper. This was a cool game for me. I had like 3 points. We beat Dartmouth at home. This was like a spring break game. And I remember this shot in particular because I stung the top right. By far one of my favorite goals. Look at that, come back. Dive, not in the goalie mouth. I was so juiced up there. This was my first college lacrosse point, and there's no better feeling than putting it on your rival. And then this was the same game. Defenders here, you bring it here. The defender goes over the head, you bring it back, and you shoot it and score. You gotta know where your defender is at all times. What are our thoughts on the short length there? I think this is a sick way to end the highlight tape, me walking off, but what are our thoughts there? I was right above the quad muscle guy. I thought that was the perfect spot to do it, and that's gonna wrap it up for Mitchell Pehlke's highlight tape, baby. Career is over, but me capturing lacrosse will never end. I hope you guys learned a lot. If you guys want more React videos, other people's highlights, please let me know. I'm super interested in that. And yeah, once again, folks, buy the merchandise, mitchellpehlke.com, and my Mitchell Pehlke Lacrosse Experience Camp is going to be on August 7th and 8th in Long Island. We got coaches like Brendan O'Neill, Andrew McAdory, James Hogan, Colin Krieg, Aiden Denenza, all gonna be there. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Bing bang.